Hello students, we all are in the today's world selfie obsessed and photogenic generation. Everyone has a profile somewhere or with anything. So do you know that the soil on which we are walking also has a profile? You don't believe me, right? So let's go and see how the soil profile is done by the nature itself. Before moving to that, I want you to know the formation of soil. How does the soil forms? The soil has taken thousands of years to form. Soil formation takes place in various ways. First one, rocks are mainly broken by weathering. A number of natural forces called the agents work to break down the present rock into tiny particles of soil. These agents include wind, water, sun's heat, pressure of atmosphere, and they break down these huge rocks to form small particles. Later, these pieces get further broken down to form sand and silt, and over a period of thousands of years 1 centimeter layer of soil is formed. Now we are going to look into what are the soil horizons or the soil profile. I am going to teach you this with the activity, and the activity is very interesting. The soil profile. The soil is found in layers which are arranged during the formation of the soil. These layers are called horizons. The sequence of layers is the soil profile. The layers of soil can be observed easily by their color and size of particles. So that is why soil profile is divided into topsoil, subsoil, parent rock and bedrock. Let us make the soil profile. To make the soil profile, I have get here some very important things. Now you will feel that why teacher is having so many chocolates. See how many chocolates I have here. So we are going to make the profile. How? First of all, we'll make the bedrock. Okay. Now bedrock are the rocks which are huge in size. Okay. So I'm using the biscuit crumbs. I just made them half in half and putting it to the bottom. And as the bedrock is nearer to the what we call mantle, these are actually cool solid rocks. I have explained you in this thing in our earlier lecture. So you can see this, our bedrock is ready with the huge rocks. The second to it is also the rocks which are also huge in size but are smaller than the bedrock. These are called the parent rock. Okay, here is the parent rock. Are you able to notice this? Okay, then is the subsoil. Subsoil is actually, these are also the rocks which are fine than or little bit smaller in size than the parent rock. And just see here, you can see the difference. Okay, and on the top will be the soil. See, can you see this? At the bottom there are huge rocks, then the parent rock are smaller than the bedrock, and the subsoil is also in the crystal form, but these crystals are smaller than the parent rock. And now comes the topsoil. Topsoil is the fine soil, and we are going to look into the characteristics of all these layers. Just let me make this first. So here our soil is ready, and this soil also contains humus into it. So students, this is our horizons of soil. You can notice the topmost soil, it is very soft. This horizon is called horizon A or topsoil. It is also called as humus layer. Why it is called as humus layer? Because it contains humus into it. Now what is humus? Humus is the dead bodies of either the plants or the animals. So when it gets mixed with the soil over hundreds of years, it forms the humus into it and it makes the soil fertile. It is the organic material. This layer consists of decomposed material or organic matter. This is the reason that topsoil is darkest in color. You will notice that it is very dark in color and the roots of the plants grow in this layer. The seeds are germinated here. So many living organisms like earthworms, millipedes, centipedes, they are found in this layer. Now coming towards our second horizon, that is subsoil. It is just below the topsoil. It is also called as horizon B. It is comparatively harder. You will notice that here the Marie biscuit crumbs are actually our subsoil. So it is harder, it is more, the crystals are more than the soil and it is light in color. Topsoil is darkest and this is lighter in color, and this is also because there is less humus present in this layer. It contains metals, salts, especially iron oxide, in large proportion. Farmers often mix horizon A and horizon B while ploughing their field so that they can turn up the soil and it will be better for their cultivation. Now coming towards the third part, that is bedrock and parent rock. This is considered as horizon C. Horizon C comprises of parent rock and bedrock. Now this is just below the subsoil. It contains no organic matter into it. It is made up of stones and huge crystals of rock. You can notice here the crystals of stones are huge, and this layer represents transition zone between Earth's bedrock and horizon A and B. You can see that how these layers are different from each other in their chemical composition and physical properties also. So students, I hope you have enjoyed this activity, and actually this looks very attractive also. And let us move to the content again. This is bedrock. Above it is parent rock. Here the crystals are large, here the crystals are little bit smaller than the bedrock. Then is subsoil, whose crystals are smaller than parent and bedrock, and upmost layer is the topmost layer of the Earth's lithosphere or Earth's crust we can call, and it is very useful for human beings and all the living beings on the Earth. I want you people to do this activity at home, and you people are not going to use all the chocolates and things that I have used. If it is available at home, it's okay, or you can try with different materials to make the soil profile. And once you are done with your activity, you are going to click its photos and keep it with you. And when our next session will be held for geography grade 7th, at that time I'll look into the pictures there in the session itself. I hope you have understood the session and soil profile properly.